Hola, 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 hola. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Uh, Sorry, people. Due to technical difficulty, we were experiencing some technical difficulty. Please be patient while we try to take care of these things. And I see that it might not have been my connection, but no one is saying anything fast enough. Because if you can hear me, it came through, but it just went away. I don't know. Yeah, you might need to go buy your Wi-Fi or something. But that's why I like having other people involved because we have different perspectives, and as you can see, it can get lost in translation. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely you can definitely miscommunicate or misinterpret what someone is thinking or saying. So it's always good to not just listen to a person, but get the context. You know, was when I think about chivalry, I think about the basics. I don't never get that deep. I don't never get that deep with defining a kind act that I would do for somebody, and just in general. You know what I'm saying? So regardless if I know you or not, I'm not uh I'm not going to overthink anything. I'm not going to overthink anything. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing whatever I do because I have the ability and the capacity to make it happen. And I know it's needed. I know it not that it's necessary. I don't know if it's necessary or not. But I'm just going to genuinely just help you if like they had this thing called pay it forward. And I would literally, I mean, people do it. I've done it. I know other people do it. And they used to it was a thing at the place that I used to go to um discuss spirituality. And there was always a thing about paying it forward. And for me, every once in a while, that's something that I would do. I would just uh if somebody's in front of me, that was me. I'd be like, all right, you good. I got it. And believe it or not, people really they kind of act nasty when you trying to just pay for their food. And then some people are extremely grateful. But it's amazing to me when you think about things like that when you call yourself paying it forward because people don't understand doing something like that, doing a small act of kindness like that, it's it's something small in the grand scheme of things, but it kind of like starts a cycle. You know what I'm saying? Something that something for the actual not the actual individual that you're doing it for, but it sends that karmic energy around that blesses you. So for me, things like that to me is extreme because you kind of like got to be conscious when you're somewhere and you're paying for something for somebody else. You have to say, okay, like you gotta intervene, and they see you doing it. Or if you paying for the person behind you, then of course you, for me, you have no way of telling how much they stuff is. So if you just gonna leave somebody a 50 stack or something, you know what I'm saying, and just walk out, that's cool. Not me. I'm not wasting that money. I don't know what you're getting or how much you're paying for, but it's not about that. But you know, I want to know what's going on, so I'm not just dropping no money and not gonna make sure. But I did call myself paying for somebody's food one time, and they was in a restaurant, and it was a little old lady and her daughter, and I know them. They both went to the church that I was affiliated to. And when I tell you they was just over there giddy and drinking their coffees and eating and having a murder, like their bill was like 4 times as much as mine. And I'm just thinking this little lady and her daughter, and they out that joint having a grand time. But in my heart, I already committed. So they didn't know. I just went on to pay for their bill, and I just rolled out because I don't look for you to give me feedback off of something that I'm doing out of the kindness of my heart. So if I do something, I just like to do it and roll. You know what I'm saying? And let it be that. That's a part of what I communicate to myself is chivalry. You know what I'm saying? Just little random acts of kindness. And there's nothing really that I would want you to give me to pay me, because I feel like the universe will pay me more than you could anyway. And that's payment enough for me. You know what I'm saying? And then knowing that I'm helping somebody. So me giving stuff away, giving clothes away, or giving stuff to people, or giving somebody some money or something, like right then there on the spot, that's cool because I'm just doing it like in real time. But I think when you like paying for somebody's food, or you waiting for them to order their stuff, and that's like another level. But the reward is always always the same. You know what I'm saying? I think you always get that back. So unfortunately, uh Mr. Swade is having technical difficulty, and he's not going to be able to get back onto the live. So I definitely had a few questions for him because I'm curious about all of the things that we have going on in the world, like the different movements, um, music, movies. I think it's a lot of things that's going on that kind of like kills the vibe of people thinking that it's honorable to be nice to other people. Like, cause it's I don't know if it's fatherless homes not having enough mentors, or people not being in the space to uh know what kindness is. I mean, because I think people are just rude for no reason, and it's like an unconscious rudeness. Even even with this new uh upheaval of, I hope someone's listening. You people that don't use your signals, I think that is highly disrespectful. Like, what? How did you pass your driver's test? It's like nobody is communicating while they're driving. Like people are just rude for no reason at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's I can't say that that's weird to me because that's it seems like it's like a normal thing. Maybe it's just up here because we're considered up north to people down south because people down south are definitely um from what I seen when I go out of town, people are more kind in southern areas, and that's a lost art. So when I go down south, I definitely feel out of place when you see people just waving or people speaking because up here and especially when you get to places like Philly, New York, nah, you ain't getting none of that because they ain't built like that. And I don't know. I never thought that it was. I never thought that being kind to somebody or just saying hi or you know anything like that. I never thought anything like that would be uh, a slight to somebody's woman or manhood. Like you get points taken away from being kind to somebody else. Like everybody got to be hard, and 9 times out of 10, most of the people that act hard ain't really hard anyway. So I don't know. It's funny, but you know, I in my learnings, I understand that that old saying, hurt people," and rude people are just rude because that's how they're bred. They're bred to be those kind of people, and it's almost in an unconscious sense. And the more and more time goes, it's like people are more and more less likely to be courteous to people and a wide array of things, especially driving, especially when you think about something like I was saying the other day, like opening doors. I see dudes like almost busting in front of their girls to get in the door. And stuff like that is wild to me, you know, because I will always think that just women in general should be held higher than that. And guys are really unconscious. Um, like I said, I don't know if that's not having a two-parent household or just the lack of proper training or too much entertainment because nowadays and for the last maybe decade or so, um, kids and adults, just as much as kids, are being trained by movies, videos, and social media. Social media is actually training y'all in how to act, how and how to be and how not to be. And that to me is one of the saddest things ever because y'all can't think no more. And COVID showed that y'all not even thinking no more. It's not even a thing. It's not even a thing to think. It's not a thing. It's not a thing to think. The thing for y'all to do nowadays is if 10 people is saying the same thing, you have to go along with them. Because to have your own mind means to be an outcast. And no one wants to be an outcast, even if in all senses of the word, the people just they are uninformed and you kind of look crazy. Like I put up a post and the post said, uh, if you if you don't get the shot, you will you will catch COVID, get sick, and possibly die. And it said if you get the shot, you can catch COVID, get sick, and possibly die. But at least you got the shot. And it's like, but you'll have a million people arguing because they watch the media so much that because they tell you that you need something and everybody else is doing it, you gotta do it. You gotta do it or you're gonna feel funny when you hear the crowd of people saying, oh well, you're killing everybody by not getting the shot. But you're probably killing people too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting this is totally off the it kind of went off the grid of chivalry. But my main thing is when we're controlled by other entities, we get off the course of being uh kind to one another because we go off of what other people do, and we expect to deal with things the same way that other people deal with things because we don't want to seem like an outcast. So, like that says at the bottom, I would employ you all to just think for yourself, if possible. I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but we have this God voice inside of us. It's our consciousness. We have it. Everyone has it. You have it. You have it. It's inside of you. Trust me, you have it. You hear that voice telling you what's right and wrong. Listen to it. Because when somebody says something that's crazy and borderline ignorant, you got something in you that says that sounds like it's a little off. And it's up to you to stop yourself from going along with it if you don't think for yourself. So you do have the choice. You do have the strength to think for yourself. So just you don't have to go out your way to be kind to people. Just practice being that on a regular. And you know, I believe that you will receive the blessings that come along with being a kind person. But like I said, I believe maybe in 2 weeks I'm gonna start having other professionals that can assist in things, uh, doctors, brokers. I One of my things is the mental health of people, about people's mental health. Um, I definitely am curious about what some of these guests have to say about children and the manner that children are being brought up, and what we can do as parents or what other people can do as parents, because my kids are grown, um, to better navigate the way that they are or the way that they deal with school or deal with bullying or anything like that, because those things happen every day, and everyone needs to be aware, because when kids start secluding themselves and staying to the side or staying in their room, it always is telling of something, and it is a very uncomfortable feeling not to know what's going on. So I thank uh, my guest, Mr. Swade, for coming on and speaking with us. I thank those of you that tapped in. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Um, the next time we will definitely make sure that all of the sound is working properly and that we have no issues so we can keep going. Thank you all for tuning in. Uh, you all have a great evening. Peace and blessings to you all. If at all, I also implore you to you people to find time to uh, be with yourself, meditate, sit down, take some time to communicate with yourself. Be still. It's been one of my practices that um, I get the best information from the universe when I'm still. So even if you are on the move 24 hours a day, like I feel like I am, you still can get a whole lot out of your day, out of your life, and out of your health by giving yourself at least in half an hour to sit down and sit still and then read. Read. As smart as you are, as much schooling as you've had, as many things as you can dissect and understand, one thing that you should always know, even if you have a PhD, you're not the smartest person on earth. Even that person can learn something from an infant. So don't get caught up on being a person that's always eager to talk all the time because anybody can look foolish. Peace and blessings to you all. Thank you again. And I am out.